Welcome to Diamond Protection video series. My name is Vin Bigham. I'm Diamond Protection's training manager. Today's video is going to be about how to inspect a harness prior to operational use. So what we do is we'll get our harness from our gear rack or wherever and we lay it down on a table such as like today. What we're checking for is fair wear and tear. If it's within 10% of the fair wear and tear rule, we're checking for webbing. If we've got spilt chemicals on it, how far has the chemical eaten into the webbing? And so if it is severely damaged, we'll test and tag it out and get it tested before it is operational. So how do we inspect it? First of all, we go to the Australian standards, the identification tagging, such as here on the side of the webbing. On that is who's made the harness itself, when it was actually brought into date or into service. As here, it's into service is 2008. So it's a 10-year lifespan on a harness, unless or compared to fair wear and tear, or if it's damaged, you take it out of service earlier. So it's within operational date stamp. So from there, we'll start the inspection phase of the harness itself. What we do is we support the harness up off the ground. We're checking all the D-rings or location support rings to the harness, such as this. This is what we call a dorsal ring. At the back of in between our shoulder blades, it's a dorsal. So we check in underneath the webbing, underneath the harness where it goes in on the D-ring itself. We move the D-ring around because potentially there's some wear marks on the D-ring if we don't check it. At this stage, this harness is quite okay. Fairly new harness, hasn't been worn much, but we still inspect it as per program. Off the back of the dorsal, we have an adjustable Velcro lanyard. The same thing, it just extends the Velcro lanyard out a little bit for another connection point. Same thing, we have a lot of webbing inside, making sure that the webbing is not frayed in any way. The actual stitching is 100%. Lay it back over top the shoulder strap, that's right to go. Working our way down the back of the shoulder strap and the back of the harness, we're visually inspecting each webbing to the harness itself. This is a fairly new harness, it's in good nick, so I don't expect there to be anything wrong with it, but we're just checking it out. It's coming in behind the kidney support belt area. On the outside of it, it's looking good. The gear racks or the gear loops are webbed in or stitched in nicely. The webbing and stitching are 100%. So if we have to, we can put our gear in there and it's secure. Before we go any further, we open it up and we actually have a look at the back of the kidney support belt area. As you can see, neat and tidy, it's smooth, all the webbing is intact. We're visually inspecting it. This is a nice, good, wide kidney support for us to use on a harness if we do fall into it. In a situation, it will support our lower back area. So this is nice and smooth, well protected, 100% in this zone. While we're down there, we actually look at our waist strap belt. Our waist strap belt is extended all the way out. We're checking all the webbing on the outside and inside. Checking for any discoloration marks or anything like that, or acid wear or paint being spilt on it. We're feeling with our fingers the integrity of the webbing itself. Again, our buckles are critical and important. Making sure that the webbing can slide through our buckles nice and smooth and to be done up taut on our waist. Our buckles are easy and adjustable, so easy to adjust, and if have to, can be actually taken in and out nice and smooth out of each other. Push the webbing through the buckle, have a little look on the inside of the buckle, top and bottom, to see if there's any wear marks. This one's not too bad, guys. Same here on the belt itself, the buckle to the kidney belt area, waist belt. Just move it up and down, making sure that we can check for the webbing wear and tear on the buckle area. That's right to go. So at the moment, we'll just put it back together so it's easier for us to demonstrate on the harness. While we're down there, we're at the lower edge of our harness and our waist belt. We check our lateral support D-rings. From there, that's where we can put a pole strap on or secure some equipment if we need to. Same thing, move the D-ring around a little bit, checking our webbing either side, 100%. So we've checked from the top of our shoulders, down the back of our harness, into our kidney support belt, in and around our waist belt buckles, no problems. We've checked our lateral D-rings, 100%. So it's looking pretty good, guys. Again, come back up to the top, just very support in your hand, support it. And now we go check our shoulder straps. From the shoulder straps, checking our left hand side first, no problems. Checking fair wear and tear, no discoloration, all the way down to our buckles, for our buckle shoulder adjustment. It's good, no problems there. Very gently just pull tension, checking in underneath the buckles. There's no wear and tear on the buckle itself. It's all good. All the way down, checking any fray marks on the webbing, all the stitching down to our lateral waist support. The left hand side is done. We do the same to the right hand side, guys. Again, visually inspecting, upside down, making sure that all the webbing is intact, no problems there. Webbing underneath our buckles, making sure our buckles aren't worn in any way, they're okay. Checking all the webbing all the way down. So we've done our shoulder straps all the way down to our waist, our harness itself from our neck down to our waist, front and rear. The only things that's left now, guys, is to inspect what we call the lower half of our harness setup. This is a nice big wide padded area that actually fit nicely underneath our buttocks area, just to give us support if we do come off and into our harness in a fall. It will support our lower buttocks area with our leg straps. Our leg straps are critical, that when we apply them, we do them nice and firm but not too tight. Same thing, guys, this one's important. So what we'll do, we'll take it out of the buckle area so we can have a visual inspection. Checking the webbing nice and neat and tidy, it's not frayed. Push through a little bit, have a look on our buckle itself so the material is not worn in any way. It's looking good, guys. So this one is no problems. Just very gently push it back up into it and secure it, such as like that. And just check the other leg that we haven't done yet. Same thing, pull it apart. Just visually inspecting the webbing of the harness, our leg straps, pulling through, lovely. Push all the way through, just checking the buckle itself, no problems, guys. Making sure, again, come back up. Leg strap buckle is good, checking underneath the webbing. Our stitching is 100%. So guys, we've just fully inspected the harness now prior to use. We're checking for any potential chemical spills that may have been on it. Our fair wear and tear inspections, making sure that it's in date. Our buckles are well maintained, our straps are well maintained. Prior to use, all our straps are actually extended out. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Diamond Protection, thank you very much. Vin Bigham, Training Manager, just describing on how to inspect a harness prior to operational use. Thank you.